can. Put you in the sickle for the harvest is right. We ain't down for wickedness, false prophets a lie. Woman to the wicked grass of learn the sight. Unquenchable flame, stars fall in the night. Shemayim snapped the scroll, mountains fled in the anger. Hills a flock of rams, skipping special forces, we can angels. Really by no labels, we bout labor for the source. Wells up in infinite, waters coming forth. Spiritual revival, dehydration shall I pour. Kept the run down to the mouth, cool floor. Kingdom heaven in me is parts of the morbid head. Treasure like deep in you, key to the never end. We all a ray, a fragment piece of the sea sledge. Point of a center, he segment filled in with ether. He'll be on and then you're passing the present teacher. Pre-sealed and covenant, Nehemiah, not Easter. We all a ray, a fragment piece of the sea sledge. Point of a center, he segment filled in with ether. He'll be on and then you're passing the present teacher. Pre-sealed and covenant, Nehemiah, not Easter. Not a game, stolen the soul arrangement. Adversary in the details, mirrors and smoking ancients. Incriminating emails, fake news, read the paper. Pimping who been printing, it's all designed to take ya. Division in your cells, almighty sustain. Ain't got how relying on nothing else. In trouble, it's all vapor, elder wind in the sails. The water, the whole rainbow, reclamation, just a vessel, a wrestle. Jonah, you came for. Stay mind, woe with holy who. Lord, if they only knew how they controlling you, thought still a slave. Look how they holding you, enemy scoping you, word on my wing. Stay mind, dwell with holy who. Lord, if they only knew how they controlling you, thought still a slave. Look how they holding you, enemy scoping you, word on my wing. Force tremendous, Bill Adam breath, living dust, mushy for the enemy, burnt down like a Dutch. Once upon a distant, dirty sackcloth in the ashes. Truth don't grow with mischief, prayer get raised about the ashes. Save me from the Mario, it fell of not your pasture. Had you not an anchor, if you save me, I'll be thrown. Thorn to the thief, leech, mind to the corn. Stone in the sling, sing signs in the storm. Rock foundation, time echo with the north. Recon over game, wings fly with the force. All purpose type material to camouflage the course. Tiger stripe, orange, red drip from the source. We all array, your fragment piece of the sea sledge. Point of a center, he segment filled in with ether. He'll be on it then, you're passing the present teacher. Pre-sealed and covenant, Nehemiah, not Easter. Stay mind, dwell with holy who. Lord, if they only knew how they controlling you, thought still a slave. Look how they holding you, enemy scoping you, word on my word. Stay mind, dwell with holy who. Lord, if they only knew how they controlling you, thought still a slave. Look how they holding you, enemy scoping you, word on my wing.
All right, folks. Link is in the description, if not clickable in the chat. I'm somewhat open to interactions if someone has questions, comments, concerns, if they want to go over courting events, whatever the case may be. I'm always kind of up for that, even if I have to redirect at some point. I've been taking an olive oil solution. Seems to be pretty decent when it comes to working this gallbladder out. Got a lot more energy today. Cleaning for about 3 hours, which is not exactly like me, but I've faithfully, with prayer and an alteration in my diet and some of these natural remedies, I've been experiencing some relief. So we'll see if that goes, if that continues. We'll get back to more of the standard format, which is me yelling and screaming, running my mouth, calling people bitch ass motherfuckers, shit like that. But I kind of like playing the background as well, certain points. There's only so many days in a row you could do this over 1,000 days straight, and not get a little bit winded or want to refocus or just have to attend to some disease, get some rest, refocus, kind of not open yourself up to the cortisol, cholesterol, stress dump. I don't claim to be one of the most fearless people by any means. As a matter of fact, that's what makes this understanding and what I present valuable to the average person, because I'm a very fearful person in life. And by virtue of me being a fearful person, or lack thereof, virtuous, it's caused me to develop more trust in myself and a process in the universe, and to become more faithful in God, whatever you believe that is, as an experience for me. So I'm thankful and grateful for the tests and the challenges. I'm thankful and grateful for the dark side of the force and the dark side of self, because it gives way to a different lighting, if you will, or enlightenment. Um, the revelations through the tests and the challenge that lead to understanding, with results through application of that wisdom, right? Knowledge converted into action is wisdom. So, uh, with that said, um, you sound like you need a rest. Um, well, I've been getting that. I've been getting a rest, playing the background, uh, continuing with the Karl Lentz Q&A series. Um, I didn't get much sleep last night in comparison to what I usually get. And like I said, I was uh, cleaning, rather, when I say cleaning, moving shit around, steam cleaning, scrubbing the car, you know, kind of catching up on some stuff that I haven't gotten to. And, it was Jennifer's car. So helping her out because she's been helping me out so much, you know. So, I've wanted to show her more that I'm thankful and grateful because she's been there for me, helping me, cooking for me, stuff like that, when I was finding it difficult, so um, I guess it's caused me to be more appreciative of her, you know. I'm getting emotional now. See? Big bad Paulie Unslaved getting emotional. Who would have thought? All right. I'm going to continue with the series, the Karl Lentz Q&A. There's plenty of it. I'm also kind of still blown away at the synchronicity, just various aspects of synchronicity that have unfolded that it just kind of, revived me and refocused me and reminded me of certain things. So, um, yeah, I'm just a bit more mellow today. I guess a bit more reconciled, a bit more resigned. The word is resigned, but I guess it's spelled resigned, I believe. So almost renewed in my contractual obligations, not only to myself, but to those around me, and the force, if you will. So that's probably what you're picking up on. A little bit of a different countenance today. Few years back, I saw a traffic stop poll that ended well for him to die. Like, yeah, go watch the other ones because they'll say that I staged it and I faked it. And then I ask him, well, did I stage and fake the other 2 or 3 where they took me and the car and all the rest of my property? No matter. Right? This is what we learn in life is that certain folks who can't see better for themselves or others because it works one and the same, uh, can't see how certain opportunities and experiences are possible, right? So we can't take that personal. They know not what they do. A lot of folks have a limited, including myself, many oftentimes in life. That's how I can speak on it. Um, a limited scope for what is possible, and what opportunities are available. We accept less for ourselves and each other. We call it something else. Um, yeah, there's at least a handful, if not a couple handfuls, of interactions online with the traveling without license, registration, insurance, and plates. There's more than dozens of dismissals on the record. There's more than dozens of testimonies and accounts of the administrators saying that they're arguing behind the scenes with other folks they work with about the idea of the right to travel. So this is not just whistling Dixie. This ain't sob sit mumbo jumbo. This is a real reality if you let it be. This is a pipe dream if you let it be. Like anything else here, right? Rights, freedom, principles, spiritual faith is a reality if you let it be. It's a pipe dream if you let it be. Such as all the experiences throughout history. And we're back to square one, right? Accepting less for ourselves and calling it something else. Oh, we're patriots. We're United States citizens. We're great Americans, like Sean Hannity says. Are you really? So you have to ask yourself, is that the case? What do we, as in I and I, need to be doing here to bring about the experience that we know is real or can be real? Is real, but is real. There you go. No, that's a different experience. Yeah, bringing about the potentiality in the human experience that we've neglected because we have other more interesting, more exciting, more important, more menial, mundane, mediocre um, misdemeanors to engage in, right? And I don't mean legally, I mean an actual misdemeanor, right? And I won't be specific. I won't personalize it. We're all guilty of it some places sometimes, fucking off on these panels, playing games with ourselves and each other, gossiping, hating, projecting, playing power games. And then we got to take it back to source. Right? We got to take it back to the centric point, which is who and what are we? What are we doing and being to bring about what we know is true and correct and what could be versus what are we accepting less for ourselves and each other and calling it something else. And so for the longest time, I've enjoyed almost in a way the position of playing the bad guy by holding us all accountable to what is possible and what we know we need to be doing versus what we're actually doing day in and day out to no avail. And then complaining. Um, no, I'm not going to get a full medical exam. Please stop telling me what to do. You've come here so many weeks and days in a row, and I've told you and others many times, I don't need your advice in life. I appreciate you. I know that you're looking out for me. I want to believe that, but I didn't ask. Most oftentimes, there's nothing that folks put forth here that I haven't looked into or seen or heard or thought before. So if I didn't decide to do it, I'm probably not going to decide to do it because you tell me to do it. You didn't learn anything from Grandpa Karl the other day, did you? Like they still haven't figured out my childlike psychology on some level. You got to be like a child to get in the kingdom of heaven. If you want me to do something, tell me not to do it. There's more of a chance I might become a follower then, indirectly. But for you to tell me what I already know is possible, again, you're not understanding what I'm saying and what I'm doing. You're not understanding how the thing inside of me leads me oftentimes for better or for worse. And it keeps telling me they have options, but those options are not what you need. So just keep the faith and do what comes before you. I have the people already, truth hurts and others. I have people in my life and around me who come into my life when necessary, angels, if you will. They support me, they contribute to me, they give me the information I need to go to the next level, to heal myself, and to do this walk and this work. You're not one of them. So why you're so arrogant and presumptuous and assumptive to believe that you have some role or position in my life is bizarre to me, because half the time you're here hating on me. So what is that? I didn't ask. You offer me nothing. I'm going full slack cod on this one. You offer me nothing except what I already know and what I can fucking deduce in and of the world. And that does not serve this walk and this journey for me. However crazy it seems to be to you and the others, it's not what I'm doing here. So as crazy as it sounds to me, don't you guys get that? That I'm capable of being the passive observer like you, of little faith and questioning me and doubting me? That's the majority of my life till I just stopped. Doesn't mean I don't reflect from time to time. Doesn't mean that I don't recenter from time to time to do accountability and responsibility and reorder and repent and reconcile and recreate. Word is recreate. I'll say recreate. Who and what I am or the path that I'm on. Doesn't require you. And then they'll say, there's Paulie's narcissism. He's unthankful, ungrateful. He's egotistical. He's prideful. No, I didn't ask you. You hate on me half the time here. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. So I have no reason to believe that you have my best interest in mind. I have no reason to believe if I didn't drop over dead on this broadcast, you wouldn't half snicker and giggle and say, well, sucks for him, and go about your fucking life. But why you project or presume to think that I believe that you actually care about me and what happens to me, other than watching what you believe to be halfway a slow train wreck? It's either a man's ascent to some level of co-creation, actualization, realization, and completion, or a fucking slow train wreck. And you're all in the process of deducing it at every moment which one it is and which it's going to be. I get that. I'm not even mad about it. Just stay in your fucking lane and know your role, man. If you're going to hate, fucking hate. You're going to really love me or care about me, and more importantly, what I'm here to do and fulfill as far as the law and the word, great. I'm thankful and grateful and blessed to have you and others. I'm not getting that from you. So I got a list of folks who actually give a fuck about me and would put their life on the line either for me or with me for what's true and what's right, and will come out of their fucking kit, right? They come out of their fucking pocket at times. And I'm thankful and grateful and blessed for that. It's not lost on me. I'm not that much of an asshole. Okay, so they're the ones who email me 1 a.m. Hey, do this. This is what you need. Look into it. Okay, thank you. And they're smart enough to know after that to leave me the fuck alone, because I'm on a journey. I'm on a walk here. I'm far from perfect. I need to be perfected. And the only one who can do that is me and apparently God, because I'm not even capable oftentimes of seeing the next right move. And like I just said, I have the people around me who bring me the next right move when necessary. When I was in a fucking tent in the middle of the desert, I didn't know where I was going to shit or piss next on public land. People came out of the fucking woodwork out of nowhere. Said, hey, bro, I'm 2 hours from you. Here's a piece of land. Hey, bro, the next piece of what you need is going to be this, this, and this. I go, what? I'm sitting there going, I don't even fucking understand how this is happening. It's incomprehensible, but it's irrefutable and irrefragable. Okay. So I'm on a walk. I'm on a journey. It's hardcore fucking faith. I may have to die or go to a box every fucking day doing what I do half the time because of what I'm choosing to do to me or not for me. That's the only way Paulie boy learns, is the hard way. I get that about me. I know that about me. I've accepted it. Good, bad, or indifferent. So I have to eat like a pig. I have to be part of the slavery. I have to have a daddy boss. I have to pay the slave tax. I have to do it all just like everybody else to learn what to do and what not to do. Because I've been my own biggest fucking enemy most of my life, and I've not been my own ally. Zatoichi, I saw you back there. I'm going to let you in. I'm finishing my stream of consciousness and my venting. If this is not a therapist office for others, this is a catharsis for me. Please don't take it personal. Have some patience. I was going to let you in and interact with you. Thank you, Mr. Truth Hurts and others. Right. So Lou Bass is down there. Right. Lee is there. I don't even want to start mentioning people because there's too many people to mention. Right. I'm not the most popular guy, but me being purposeful to some degree has called out other beings who resonate with that in this walk. And I have everything I need and then some. And I need to remind myself of that, to be thankful and grateful and understand how blessed I am on multiple fronts. And to realize, regardless of what it feels like, because the past 6 months at certain points, I literally thought I was going to die and that I'm going to do irreparable damage to myself. And Lou Bass hasn't exactly helped, although I know he cares about me. He's one of the people I was going to mention. The other side of it is he keeps pushing his agenda on me. So, Lou, I get it. You want to say that flesh is going to be the answer to all my problems. Oddly enough, all the literature and everything shows, unless it's all spurious and mendacious, the literature shows that vegetables and fruits are the best thing for the gallbladder and pancreas, and to stay away from meat unless it's extremely lean. Okay. And it's down at the bottom of the list. So unless everyone's lying, which is possible, I don't deny it. We were here the last 4 or 5 years. I get it, Lewis. Just please let me continue to eat my fruits and vegetables. Let me continue to not eat the meat. Let me find out for myself, even if I have to the hard way, that this is what I was supposed to be doing the whole time, right? Grandpa Karl told me the other day that you're part wolf because you got the little pointy tooth there. He gave me the Lou Bass rap. So I don't think that's what it is, Lewis, right? I think that it's constantly putting myself under stress with certain people, places, and things and not processing it a way that I know how and have learned how, and feeding into a lesser aspect of my beingness. So my Dr. Pizer was partially right. Okay. And more importantly, let's be clear, because on some level, as sick as it is, I'm built for that. I'm built to go to war. I'm built to bang it out day in and day out for certain things, right? Metaphorically. The bigger part of what it is not getting adequate exercise, not getting adequate rest, not eating at all properly, and not drinking enough water. Okay? It's what I've deduced. So pizza, pasta, ice cream, lack of exercise, being more sedentary, because I'm out in the middle of nowhere with not much to do. I could always find something to do, right? But I've been in like a limbo mode, and maybe I'm making excuses. And not exercising as much as I could, and not having proper nutrition. So it all comes to a head at some point, right? So thank you, Lewis, and others, the geniuses and the experts who will tell me every day, it's Paulie, if you were just eating some fucking meat, you wouldn't have got gallstones, you wouldn't have you triggered pancreatitis. Because I believe that's all what it is. I've figured it out at some point after a while. I thought it was other things. But yeah, that's where I'm resting on at this point. Non-official diagnosis, but it's what it seems based on everything I've learned. I'm not buying it that the fruits and the vegetables and proper exercise and rest, and a somewhat peaceful yet active lifestyle, not surrounded by wicked, evil, parasitic, hating motherfuckers, would tend to lead to good health, right? So there's no excuses here. Everything I just mentioned, I've allowed myself to engage with or interact with or become like. You dance with the devil, he changes you, you don't change him. Right. And so there's no shame in me admitting what lives in me and probably always has and always will. The point is, I was on a trajectory and on a movement and in a certain state of beingness, and I allowed a bunch of wicked, evil, disempowered, parasitic scum to pull me from that at various times, consistently, with regularity. Okay. So I'm not regretful of it. I'm not really resentful of it. In a way, like I said, it's sub-psychological. I'm used to it. And that's part of the problem. Let's be clear. Potentially, part of the problem could be part of the solution. That I come up in an environment that's too ready to fight, it's too ready to argue, too ready to be dysfunctional, not as much willing to love self and care for self, not as much willing to cut motherfuckers off and go their own way if necessary because we care, because we think we're going to change somebody while you're not changing yourself, right? A fool's errand. So I'm aware of what caused my issues and problems, is my issues and problems. And most of it has been shown to me and taught to me and learned secondhand from day one. Okay. So just like at times I can feed in and be the extreme polarity of the dynamic, toxic masculine, if you will, what pulls that out of me and calls that out of me is obviously the toxic feminine folks on these panels and other places. And then there's a middle ground. Okay. So that hasn't been lost on me. I know I've been way too willing to feed into those dynamics at times because I'm aware that it's entertaining. I'm aware that a lot of folks, including me, I get in a zone, the time goes by fast, I get a dopamine rush, and the people are entertained by me cutting people down and calling them out and pointing out what they're doing and not doing and forcing accountability sessions and being somewhat clever with my zingers. You know, we're back to the East Coast New York block where all you do is sit around all day observing when you're not hustling, working, whatever you're doing, and saying, look at this guy, look at that guy, look at this guy, look at that guy. Okay. So, yeah, fine line and all this, right? We're back to the circus. You got the clowns, you got the elephant. That was me. Probably got up to about 350 by last year. I don't know. I didn't weigh myself. I weighed myself recently, so I'm reverse engineering. But you got the clown car. I've been one of those all too willingly. I've admitted it. I willingly come on here and play a fool at times or play with the fools, making me a fool. The ringleader, tightrope walker, acrobat, and all the rest of it. This is a circus on here. Wait, let me get back to my, this is why I have my circus, among other things at times. P.T. Burnham, greatest show is Earth. And this is a reflection of that on here. Apples will soften the stones. Thank you, sir. I have freshly juiced apple juice right here, and I have the red one, but I do the green one. Taking apple cider vinegar. I've looked at it all. I've done it all at this point. I'm sure there's nothing anybody's going to show me or tell me, including Ayurvedic remedies, Chinese remedies. I got it all. Okay. Nubs. Nubs was one of the people who You gotta take Stonebreaker. You gotta take Stonebreaker. I go to Chanca Piedra. Yeah, I got that. I already had it. He's trying to tell me. I go, Nubs, please. I already have it. Thank you. Trying to work it out here. Do I have to make an account on anything? You shouldn't. Although Karl and many others now tell me they're doing a new game streamer. They tripled the fucking price for this. They have some balls. I might have to switch. Just I don't like being a sucker. It's not even whether I got it or not. It's you're gonna now charge me $70 a fucking month to do StreamYard. Between Elon and StreamYard, you're in for fucking 3 C notes a month. Just off the bat, you're in for $250, $300 just to fucking make this thing go. You know, and it's like, really? Like, is it necessary at this point? So I may have to scale back just because fuck Elon and the rest of these clowns. I'm sick of them already. They're everyone's new daddies and heroes. I'm already sick of them. The fucking technology. I mean, it's pretty decent. I was going to say it sucks and be overly dramatic, but it's pretty decent for what it is. You don't have any obstructions. It works. Can't really complain about that too much. But, you know, $150, $180 plus 70 from StreamYard. You know, what is this? We're going into complete fucking downturn here anytime soon. And then I go, and the worst kick in the ass is you wouldn't even mind it so much if they had the best of the best. I go over, I download a free fucking program, and I go to restream the music. It's 3 times better quality with a free program. I go, what's that about? But that's the fall of a civilization. Double the price overnight, and then it's a third of the quality. Everything's a by the way too. You download the free program, they give you 4 days like a heroin addict. They go, the first couple's on us. Then after that, it's still less than StreamYard. I think 30 or 40 a month. Whatever. Piz animas are the best. There you go. Isn't Zoom free yet? But Zoom kind of sucks. There's no interface. You know, like here, I get stuff like this. And to me, this is priceless. Just when I want to go to it. Like if I was to say, let me show you that I have a clip in the back. The average person who thinks that Donald Trump and Elon are going to save them. This is a clip of one of them right here.
Yeah, dude who's been doing this for 32 years. Full-time professional. Rated by One Family magazine, #1 clown, 9 straight years.
9 straight years in a row, #1 clown. Zoom doesn't have that. And I got like a bunch. I got stuff back there from years ago when we first started this, 3 years ago. The time Moose sneezed and then lied to me, which then invokes the idea of what would he not lie about? If he'd lie about a fucking sneeze, what will he not lie about? Now I'm getting orange. I guess it was already. They keep telling me I have red orange hair, and I'm in denial about it, I guess. It's occurred to me I'm in denial, but now I'm getting fully orange beard like the Taliban because I'm fucking drinking turmeric 4 times a day. Now I'm getting the orange beard. I may have to turmeric my whole head and beard like the Afghani Taliban. Fuck it, why not? Okay, gotcha. No, I'm not buying Trump's our savior. I like some of what he's done, sure, but he's one of them. Yeah, the thing about it, sir, is what you're going to learn if you get real conscious and aware and understand the spiritual side of things here and pure conscious and awareness is everyone's one of them. Gotcha. Everyone's one of them. What do I mean by that? It means there's 2 wolves inside of you. Which one grows? The one that you feed the most. Outcompetes the other. So if you think that I'm going to come here and buy the fact that everyone in this chat, including me, doesn't have evil or a dark side in them or within them, no, that's not what we do here. We don't play those hypocritical games. We leave that for flyover country. Who pretends that because they got a Bible and because they vote and pay a slave tax, they're somehow good people. There's no evil in them. If you were an evil, you wouldn't be complicit with any of this crap. It would not be normal to you. You wouldn't accept it, and you wouldn't be complicit with it. So just the revelation of the evil within me and in others is what led me to stop cooperating and stop complying, because I realize it's a soul selling dynamic. It's trading in the minds and hearts and souls of men and women. So there's not a man or woman here within the sound of my voice that isn't guilty of, on some level, the LIVE backward, which is EVIL, live backward. So you and others have lived backward. If you don't currently, you have at some point, which means it's in you, it's not on you or around you. So stop pointing out there and telling me about Elon and Donnie are one of them. Yes, so are you, because you lust. You got lust in your heart or in your flesh. You want, just like I do, you want more pussy. You want more money. You want more power. You want more. But what are you willing to do and be and serve in order to see that whatever is meant for you, how much or how little, comes forth, right? Whatever God is preparing for you. Because the word deserve is actually deserve. This is one of my newest kicks lately. Every so often I go on a kick where I take a word, break it down, and fixate on it. Because, I've had a lot of folks telling me online, just telling everyone about how much they deserve. And I go, well, what are you of service to? Because that's going to dictate what you deserve. Like, I encourage Jennifer. She's always wanted to start her own thing. She goes, I like how you kind of always try to do your own thing or work for yourself, so to speak. She goes, I want to learn how to do that and stop having to be on a payroll with salary and get tenure. So I go, okay, start with what you're good with that you somewhat like to do. Now listen to this. Talk about a Jew, okay? This woman's a super Jew. There's no denying it. She goes, I like to clean. I go, what? We'll start with this trailer, lady. But I go, yeah, well, if you like to clean, then there's no shortage of filthy motherfuckers out here who are going to require your service. And she's good at it. So I go, well, here's what you need to do. Go put she got a little bit, whatever. Everybody gets scared. And then you got to push people a little bit. You got to give them a push. Hey, stop acting like a bitch. Stop being scared. You're going to get what you need out of this. Just take the next step. Go put the signs up. Get $20 worth of essential oils, right? Do something different and new. Because that's what I forget if I think we both kind of, I'm pretty good with that. Pretty good with ideas, and she usually runs with it when I put something down. That's a good woman. See, behind every great man is a good woman, or a man pursuing greatness. How about that? So yeah, do something different. Just don't go in there with the same poison yourself and everybody else. Make up your own cleaning fluid. Make sure it's fairly easy and cheap to do, little overhead, but it's something different, right? So hey, she goes in, she asks the people, what kind of essential oils you want me to clean your house with? And then she makes up the solution, right? And she cleans, and she does it by donation basis. Well, she's already got 3 people, over the last couple weeks, and I'm pretty sure just on donation, they paid her $80 or $100 for a couple hours. Hey, $40, $50 an hour ain't bad. You fill enough time with that. And if you actually like doing it and you're good at it and you bring something different to the table, you're just racking up fucking credit with the universe. So what happens right away? They send her a Ukrainian old woman. She goes, I can't clean. I'm too old. Blah, blah. I go, you know what that is. This is what deserve is. Of serve is the word. So depending upon who and what you serve and how you do it and how you show up for yourself and others will dictate what's meant for you coming forth or not. And I'm not saying that you're evil and bad because you set a price for yourself. I'm just saying it makes it all about the money at that point rather than about you being inspired and co-creative and serving something and seeing what's meant for you to come back, right? That's a different level of experience. When you go in with no expectations and you do it because it's true and it's right and because you love to do it and you get good at it, and then you open the door to whatever's meant for you coming back, and then they show up, it's a win-win-win-win, right? So that's how you learn to serve in life within yourself and not have expectations. And the more that you do that, the more that what's meant for you will show up. The more that you do what you do with some kind of expectation that it's going to lead somewhere, this is going to be this is going to be that, it's going to kick you right in the ass from what I've experienced. You let go of that. See, that's the doing, non-doing that the Tao talks about. When you let go of all those expectations and you just create a vision and you hold that vision and you do it because it's true and what's right, whatever's meant for you shows up. It would seem to me. So, like the scripture would say, we can't love the money and the benefits and the privileges. We got to love ourselves and what's true and what's right, and do that because it's true and it's right and because it gives us something to do. What else are we going to do here? So what are you telling me? If there wasn't money here, folks are just going to sit around, and the reality of it is on these panels is the answer is yes. Sit around these panels, not do and be nothing, not serve nothing, not bring nothing forth into the community or in reality, not pursue anything, not co-create anything. Just sit around and fuck off and lie to ourselves and each other and play power games. Because what else are we going to do, right? Yeah. How about serving a vision? How about serving a purpose? How about serving your fellow man and woman in the community? How about opening the door for the universe to fucking bless you and work with you over and over again? No, that's not real, Paulie boy. That's a pipe dream. That's what you want it to be. We can't see that. We can't feel that. Okay, I know that. I got Jimmy Shively. There you go. Perfect example. See? Thought that she texted me. Jimmy Shively says, appreciate you. He usually says the same thing. Fucked it up. Appreciate you and all you do. Always thank you. The feeling is mutual, Mr. Shively. Faithfully, you're on the ground, doing and being and having more for yourself without lusting and chasing, but while becoming, you know? See, that's the thing. In order to reap the benefit of what God has prepared for you, oftentimes it ain't about chasing more. It's about accepting less from a positive sense. It's about turning shit down. That's what credibility with the universe and integrity is all about. Oftentimes you got to turn certain shit down to do what you're meant to do. So like they'll say to me, oh, I got a job, 80,000, 100,000 a year. I make a pretty good salary, whatever people believe a pretty good salary is. Do you love it? Are you passionate about it? Are you really serving something, or are you just showing up, getting on the X and going through the motions? There's no credibility there. You're not racking up credit with the universe. As a matter of fact, as far as my experience shows, it's only a matter of time before that comes back on you. Thing's going to refocus you. Say, no, this is where you need to be going and what you need to be doing. And you've always known that. You just don't want to tap into that because this is more comfortable. It's easier. It's the road more frequently traveled. It's the beaten path, right? So yeah, I see it with Jennifer happening right now, you know, and that's part of the thing. One of the things too that solidifies a relationship, as far as I perceive, is as a man, you got to be able to introduce different ideas to the woman you're dealing with and inspire them to do and be and have better for themselves and to accept their calling, right? To move into their calling, you know, to call about from God what's meant for them. So I believe that that's long term. And again, we do that because that's just what we're supposed to do. That's our function. So we don't do that because, hey, I'm gonna stack up credit with her and she's gonna love me like nobody else. No, I just do what I'm supposed to do because that's my function. By virtue of me doing what I'm supposed to do because that's my function, on some level, she will always love me and see me in a different light than the majority of the bozos she's been fucking with all her life because I brought something different to the table, right? I helped her produce a different person and a different life for herself. That's something the majority of these beta males can't do for themselves, let alone give away to a woman they're dealing with. So that's the next level. But we can't neglect our own work either while we're doing that, right? So it's a fine line. You know, mask on self before mask on the partner. We got to remind ourselves of that too. All right, I'm just ranting and raving. I'm just fucking, now I am whistling Dixie a little bit, but I'm talking some real shit, at least real to me. Let's see. I'm going to look at my chat creatures. We'd rather tell others how to live while they have a splinter in their eye. We have a log on our own. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine because ultimately the process is still the same. I've accepted here that anything that I've commented about other people is because I know me. All criticism is self-criticism on some level. Anything I've said about Mr. Slackcod, anything I've said about Taylor, Slow State, anything I've said about Aluma Tranny or others applies to me. And it's because I believe I know me and I know the truth about this life to some degree and what we should be doing versus what we continue to do. I speak on it. It does not negate that I'm aware that I have a whole bunch of other things I know that I need to tighten up on, or I'm going to find out I need to tighten up on and have it. Right? That process never stops. It doesn't change that. So we can force accountability with others. That's a positive thing for them if they let it be. And then it just comes down to, hey, I'm not ready for it. Okay. Just like people come on here and they'll say, Paulie boy, you're a fat fuck, you know, or like Lou, you got to eat meat, whatever the case may be. Well, I'm not ready for it. So if there comes a time where that changes, then great. You were there. You got to it first. You put it on the line. You were right. But ultimately that person has to be ready for that. It doesn't change the truth objectively. Right? Objectively, we all know either that we can or where we can do and be and have better. And if we don't, somebody shows up in our life to kick our door down and put it right in front of us, metaphorically. And then we get to choose. Are we ready for that or not? Do we got to loop a little bit more? Okay. Have at it. Shit, we'll be doing it intergenerationally, lifetime after lifetime, it seems. The loop doesn't stop. The loop of completion while being in total incompletion. Right? The paradox can never completely be resolved because the paradox is part of the experience of this co-creation, it would seem. So the completion or the practice happens one being at a time when they're ready, when it's meant for them. That's a back and forth feedback loop choice. So nothing necessarily wrong with that. I wouldn't be here if I thought you were full of shit. My life is a constant struggle, so I resonate with you. Truth. Yeah, I'm aware of that, sir. The folks who come here, I know that they resonate with the one self, so to speak, on the highest and lowest level. My challenges, my tests, my issues, my problems are yours and others. Right? It's because I recognize that I'm able to do what I do with some level of surrender of the outcome and be comfortable owning the position, even if I'm uncomfortable and not owning the position. You know, that's what makes it translate. That's what makes it work, is that I see self as self. So I don't see division and separation. I see oneself on the highest level, and on the lowest level, even oneself when it comes to tests and challenges, issues and problems, solutions or not. So I believe I'm far from arrogant, egotistical, and narcissistic. It's because I see myself the same as everyone else and integrated in this experience we call the human condition, and experiencing God or not, right, and the revelation or not, that I speak on it. Without that perspective, you can't get access to certain information, understanding, and perspective till you see it that way. That's one of the tricks, it would seem, of the universe. Till you see self as self on the highest and even on the lowest level. Because oftentimes I'll say, well, we're miles apart on the lowest level. Well, that's because of the choice. I still see self as self on the lowest level. There's not a self around these panels or on the metaverse that I can point to and say, I got 5 issues and problems that I'm betting that you either practice solutions for or are challenged by presently. And it's going to be true. That's what makes this thing work. So one selfism, if you want to call it that, the holographic reflective rap that I put forth here is far from a rap. It's exactly the way it is. I can't see it any other way. To the point that even people who don't like me respect what I do here or resonate with it, because at times I touch on things that affect all of us. Right? Things that either test and challenge or inspire, empower, disempower all of us. Folks who don't get that, like why they're here and what we're here doing, are the folks who can't see or have not chosen to see self as self. They've not gotten the complete download, upload revelation. And there's many of them, too many of them to mention. I'm not going to personalize it. They know who and what they are on some level, even if it's subconscious. They know in their core consciousness what we could be doing and having and experiencing, because I've showed them. They've been inspired by that. Many inspired to do and be and have something different. Many inspired to cry out, why is he free? It doesn't change that it's our experience. Have you ever felt that you had a spiritual awakening? Yes, absolutely. I've talked about this many times. I don't know. Seemingly I could talk about the same things over and over again, and there's still people here for years who will present as if they've not seen or heard that. Talk about a reason to loop as if we needed one. You've inspired me back in November 2019, and I have applied that to my life. Well, I'm sure the majority of folks who come here, especially the loser, failure haters who all started channels and make half their content about me, have been inspired. That means that I'm of service. Right? my yelling and screaming, my cursing, my consistency, my resolve, my resolute core, my pursuit of great information or application at times, has inspired a lot of folks who come here from both sides. And I don't really feel any way about that other than the fact that it's just another reflection, recurrence of empowerment, inspiration, and enlightenment, you know? And then there's a choice, right? How you want to process that, what you want to do with that, how you want to feel about that, what you want to think about that concerning me, right? I don't personalize it. There's many folks on here at times who re-inspire me. They use my lingo. They attempt to do similar broadcasts. Um, they create broadcasts. They do content, non-tent, and there's a re-inspiration process that happens there, even if it's from a negative perspective. So fascinating experience to be part of. Very interesting, very revealing, reviving, because there is no separation between us. See, I speak about the greatness in me or in life because life is in me, and then folks get the wrong idea that I don't also see it in them. I can see namaste, I can see namaslave. So that's the thing. We need to inject that term that I've coined into the lame stream, because folks want to run around with this false positivity, enlightenment stuff. Oh, namaste, namaste. Yeah, I see the light in me that I see in you. I see a slave in me that I see in you as well. Look around. Where do we start? Tobacco, alcohol, slave bucks, coffee, the pornography, the lack of exercise, the shitty life routine and habituations, the addictions. You get where I'm going with this? Bondage, vice, slavery. Oh, I would know it. If anyone would know it, I would know it. So that's precisely what I'm here to do, is to become aware of that, to reconcile, to resolve through repentance and reformation, trust, equity, and faith, and then give away what it is that I learn over time, because it's a long game, to the folks who do fellowship with I, as an I. And I don't see anything wrong with calling ourselves on our low living, right? Where we've gone wrong and where we have missed the mark, or where we have degenerated, and also speaking to where we are great. Like at one point, I was encouraged to and encouraged others to make a list. Take a line, go like this, put it like this, and put quote unquote positive and negative, and list your qualities. That's not egotistical and narcissistic if you got one side equally, if not more filled than the other. So that's just self-awareness. You should be able to look at yourself and say, fairly attractive, but based on whatever the thing is. Like for myself, I'm fairly attractive, certain days, certain times, and certain lighting. you know, I'm fairly humorous person, good humored person. I could go over. I'm overweight. I'm lazy. I'm procrastinating at times. This was my list at one point. I sat there and made the list. But Paulie, you gotten overweight. You're lazy and procrastinating. You're not eating well. You're not accountable and responsible. That's what led to this broadcast being created, among other things coming about, is the self-aware realization of who and what I am, what I've created as a beingness and a life, and what needs to happen next. That's what led to me doing over 1,000 days straight. It's the recognition that I was lazy and procrastinating and wasn't sticking with anything and wasn't dedicating myself, wasn't pursuing anything, wasn't using my talents some way, somehow. I didn't even consider it talents, quite frankly. I had to have a whole bunch of other folks show up, even folks who don't like me or respect me, say, you're a pretty good talker, you're a pretty good broadcaster, you got a thing going, So that gave me something to put on the list. Oh, this is a positive quality. This is people consider this a talent. Wasn't so long ago, something like this would have been considered complete mental illness and break with reality. Paulie Boy shows up and for 2 hours talks into a screen, talks into an inanimate object. Just rants and rambles about himself and his life. What is that? What's his talent? All right, where do we go? Guess I can hit the docket. I'm not I'm not perfect, but I don't want money, pussy, or power. Well, what are you doing then? Imagine this. Can we temper that statement? I know that I have a way of like bringing it down to the lowest level at times verbally, but that's not necessarily the sentiment, right? You know, so you don't want a woman or good women in your life. You don't want to like be sexually active. You don't want to have children or family. Just make love. You don't want to like have energy to burn. You don't want to be alive. You don't want to be a good communicator because that's power. So like it gets lost in translation oftentimes because people act like see, they know what I'm saying and I'm doing it for effect and I'm pointing out because there's a whole contingent of folks in this reality who are living that way. Majority, it would seem. But like we can't temper those extremes with the reality of what is. So it's like you're not in touch with yourself or aware. So like you want dick? I mean, like tell me what it is. Because I'm saying if you're into women and you're functioning properly the way God created you to be, you're going to have vitality and virility. Now, I'm not telling you to pour that into uh, a woman or women. Or lusting after pussy, so to speak, slightly used or heavily used. But to contend that you don't want coupons for value. So like if I gave you 1,000 coupons for value right now, you wouldn't take it? So like if a woman who you trusted and respected developed a connection with you or an attraction with you or to you and what you do and you resonate and you're open to that, you don't want to be sexual? You don't want to be able to wake up and work and do whatever you have to do and be healthy and communicative because that's power. That's money, pussy, and power. What am I missing? You're going to do the thing. Hey, farmer, if you want, there's a place down the hall and to the left. You'll smell the broken dreams and the debt, the piling up debt and the irresolute sort of energy. It's Mr. Slackcott's. It's old man Keith's wild world of fun and degradation. Okay, so like for the rest of us who live in reality and accept life on life's terms and are living in the now with what is, I think you do want money. I think you do want pussy or love and co-creation and attraction. And I think you do want empowerment or inspiration. I don't know a human being other than the rest of these slaves on here who doesn't want that and isn't open to that. And if given to them, would not experience with it. Maybe you're not as self-aware. Maybe you're a different kind of troglodyte cave dwelling creature who I'm not aware of. Maybe you're some kind of monk up on the hill on the mountain, fool on the hill. But for the rest of us living as a human being in reality, we enjoy making love. We enjoy co-creating and mutual attraction. We enjoy doing what we love to do and having value show up in various forms. We enjoy being empowered and inspired. We can qualify if necessary, but I think that I would think you get what I'm saying. And that not only is what I'm saying not sort of negative, it's rather normal and part of a complete and fulfilled life. I don't want just any pussy. I don't want just any money from anybody for doing anything. And I don't want any worldly power where I got to do violence or degraded behavior in order to keep and have it until it's lost, inevitably. I think I want to believe that's what you meant. Because if that's what you meant, I can get on board with that. Thoughts, questions, comments, concerns? I think at times it's a feedback loop. I think there are times where we serve, and I think there are times we are served. That makes sense. And there's a back and forth sort of inspiring feedback process. Like I come here over 1,000 days straight and I serve whatever's on the plate. And you guys take it in. And then folks bring me back value, coupons for value. So it's a back and forth being served process. The king may go to war, so to speak, have to fight a war for what's true and what's right to uphold the law, to secure the kingdom. And when he gets back, he may be served by a woman rubbing his back and bathing him and caring for him because that's what she's meant to do. It's not because he asked for it. It's because that's her position and she knows it. She'd prefer to do that. A good woman prefers to serve their man to a certain degree, it would seem to me. It's only the twisted bitches who got a competition going with the man they're dealing with who don't want to serve their man. If he's serving what's true and what's right. See, it's a feedback process. And I'm not saying that doesn't go back the other way as well. You know, as a man too, we have to know when to yield, serve as well. Well, let's not get into it. It's a family broadcast, but you know where I was going with that. But I did clean Jennifer's car today. I was serving. No, I'm not above it. All right. How to be a housewife. Into that. How about that? 1950s. How to be a housewife. Why not? Burying the lead here with Karl Lentz. I'm going to have to rename this.
Did you ever have to make a meal in 20 minutes, literally from the time you entered the kitchen until the meal was ready to serve? Well, Sally Gasco did once, when the schedule for a before-supper football game and an after-supper movie got a little confused. She wasn't in too much of a hurry, though, and you should never be, thoroughly before starting to the meal. Because Sally is rapidly learning homemaking, she knows most of the basic techniques of good kitchen behavior and knows how to use the tools of the craft. But to get a meal in a hurry, something more is required. In this case, a little intelligent pre-preparation. In a convenient corner of the Gasco kitchen is an emergency shelf of canned and packaged goods appropriate to a quick meal. Here's where Mother also tucks away a spare collection of cleansers. The foods include canned soup, cooked meat, stews, any good packaged food which will keep indefinitely. Sally decides upon corned beef hash and hot date pudding for dessert. Other ingredients for the meal, corn on the cob and green peas, will come from the frozen food storage compartment of the refrigerator. The Gascos keep this shelf full of the modern frozen foods, which are not only useful in general, but especially so for quick meals. The basic meal, the hash, corn, peas, with a little cheese to spark up the flavor of the hash, are spread out on the work shelf, along with the utensils she will need. Time to go to work. High time, even. 3 minutes suffice to get all the packages open and the contents out in pans and cooking. Another convenient thing to remember in this quick cookery is that vegetables are best to eat and best for you if they are cooked a minimum length of time. In the case of frozen vegetables, the time is even shorter. The pudding goes into the oven, where it will warm slightly while they are eating the main course. Sally will serve it with cream. There's no time for fancy.
This is How to Be a Housewife, but it's basically just like him explaining how she's cooking this meal the whole time. It's horrible audio quality. I'd like to continue it, but that fucking crackling is insufferable. Travis, thank you, sir, for your contribution. All right, what do you say? Should I continue with that video or are you over it? Is there a message there? You got to read Super Slave Chat. That's part of the obligation. No message. All right. Not all women belong in the kitchen. Just saying. See, there you go. Are you a woman? Are you? I'm asking. Are you a woman? We cook. Are you a male? Male, as they say at court. I'm waiting on a response. M or F will suffice. Are you M or F? All right. Not all women belong in the. Well, you could say that about anyone. Not all men, I guess, belong in the garage, tightening wrenches, and not all women belong in the kitchen. But what perspective are you saying that from? Like, don't you think that we should all, as I just kind of said, the inverse of that is we should practice fixing our own things or cooking for ourselves? So shouldn't every woman sort of be able to cook and cook well for herself, for others at times? It would just seem to me at one point in life, women enjoyed this position of being a homemaker and cooking for the man or for their family. It was part of their daily routine that they enjoyed. Then it sort of became this responsibility, obligation, sort of status symbol or lack thereof. Became another source of competition and division between males and females. Just sort of, I was sitting there in dead silence. I'm going over this comment. Boomers were sort of taught to be robotic and puritanical. No. Robotic and puritanical would be the image that they present to others. We know upon experiencing with these folks that they're actually very sort of erratic at times, capricious, bitter people who are far from puritanical. That's the shadow self, right? You're describing the imagery that's presented to the public, to extended family, if we can get it done, right? And then there's the reality at times, the other side of things that you see come forth when you're in a candid sort of environment. Let's be clear. If we're going to make the extreme generalization sweeping statement, give me the inverse shadow side of the dynamic. Because I've experienced it, not only at home, but with other families, in quotes. Everything is in place. Everything is, as you say, robotic. Everything is God and country and morals up front. And then around back is complete deception, manipulation, power games, corruption, inauthenticity, unaccountability, irresponsibility, right? Deflections, obfuscations, rejections, ignorance, and arrogance. I know it well. That's what led, among other things, is what led me to do this broadcast and whatever this is that I do as far as conscious and awareness, self-development, life on life's terms. All right, let's go copping out segment. Where are we at on time? All right, I'm going to have to change the title of this. I'll do that while I play this copping out segment. Changing the title and the thumbnail. And we'll bury the lead. I'll do some Karl Lentz for 20 or 30 minutes on the way out.
Let's just do this the easy way, okay? I am doing it easy. I'm not
easy way, please.
That I was going 71. No, you control me.
Here's how it's going to go, okay? That you want to go that way.
Don't start raising your voice. Don't start raising your voice. I haven't broken the law. I was going the same speed as... Hey, let me talk. I was talking.
Driver's license.
I was going. Hey, I'm getting my license. Did you ask for my license?
Driver's
Do you
license.
want the
Wave 'em up.
I reached for the license. You reached for your
I
gun.
have no idea what you're driving.
Here.
That's a good way to get yourself shot.
Yeah.
Reaching-
Is it
reaching on
reaching
your-
for? You
Yeah,
asked,
it
you
is.
asked me for my.
Hands on the steering
putting-
wheel right now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I can ask them, but I
Could
mean,
you please,
you ask
for
them
me to know,
for you
for
to
me
know.
to calm down, could you please ask him and tell me whether it says 71 on that gun or not? Because I'm telling you it didn't.
There's your due date.
Show up in court because I'm not guilty. Am I free to go?
Yes, you are.
So I'm free to stay.
All right, we have a video for you that's just satisfying to watch. Why? Because this man talks to cops like all of us want to. We also have a follow-up to this video, so make sure you watch the entire thing. Let's get right to it.
Hey, how you doing? Stroll, please. You're not stopping. I see you.
No, I was following the guy behind in front of me. How fast was I going?
You're doing 71 kilometers per hour.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't going 71. No. Show me on your thing. I was going 71. Why? Why won't you show me?
Okay, let's just do this the easy way, okay?
I am doing it easier. I'm asking to see proof that I was going 71.
You can ask, and I don't have to show you.
Why?
Safety risk.
No, you could show me.
Here's how it's gonna go, okay? That you want to go that way.
Don't start raising your voice.
I'm
to
gonna
me.
raise my
Don't
voice
start
so you're
raising
not
your
listening.
voice. I haven't broken the law. I haven't done a crime.
Okay, and you're
Chill the
about to
fuck
get
out.
arrested.
This is
You're about
a-
to get arrested
For what?
for obstruction.
For obstruction. By asking
So I'm
questions.
gonna need a 45.
By asking questions. You're being recorded, by the way.
Yeah,
Eh?
so are you.
I'm not obstructing.
Folks, make sure you subscribe to this guy's channel. Let him know that I sent you, especially if you don't want to hear me interrupt and you want to go look for the updates yourself. Links will be provided as always. Let's get right back to it.
I'm not obstructing. Obstructing is a physical act. I'm asking a question. I'm asking a
What's
question.
your
What
question?
proof do you have that I
My
go in
radar.
71?
Okay.
Can I see your radar?
I'm for a lawful reason.
Can I
You
see
need
your
to give
radar?
your-
Can I see your
No,
radar?
You're not seeing my radar.
Why?
Because it's a safety issue. I already
What's the
explained that to
safety
you.
issue? Why don't you wait for
You.
backup then to show me?
You have your driver's license.
You called backup, right?
Yes.
Good. So let's wait for backup and you could show me your 71 kilometers.
Driver's license,
I was going the same speed as. Hey, let me talk. I was talking.
Driver's license.
I was going.
This man was pulled over on a speed trap. He says he was going the same speed as the other cars and was targeted. What he does towards the end of the video just brings great jubilation, so keep watching.
The
You're
same
about to get
speed.
taken out of your vehicle.
Really?
And get arrested.
For what?
For
I'd love to
obstruction.
see you take me out of my vehicle.
It's gonna
I'd love to
happen.
see you
It's
take me
gonna
out of my
happen.
vehicle. I haven't committed a crime.
It's gonna happen.
You want to get violent with me?
Okay.
I'll defend myself if you want to get violent with me.
Okay, you're about to get.
Your threats don't mean shit to me. Okay, so let's start over.
No, we're not starting over.
Yeah, you're not
You
taking me out of my
you
car. I haven't done
decided to
anything
go
wrong.
this
Decided to
Put
go.
your hands-
Hey, I'm getting my license. Did you ask for my license? Did you ask
You
for
grab for your.
my
Yeah.
wallet?
Stop it.
What do you
Stop.
want? What do you
Stop
want? What do you want? What do you want? Do you want the license?
Driver's
Do you
license
want the
and
license?
registration.
I reached for the license. You reached for your
I have
gun.
no idea what you're driving.
You're an
for.
idiot.
You're
You're a fucking idiot. You're a
I recently read a comment on my channel that I should have screen captured. Now I can't find it, but it read something like this. If everyone was as angry as this man, government would straighten up really quick. I like that comment. It was for a different video, but I feel it for this one as well. Maybe it's about time people started matching the energy police give off to the people. If this man sounds maniacal, that's because many cops act like demonic creatures when addressing the people.
Yeah, for what? For what? For what did I do? What crime? What crime?
Obstruction.
What obstruction? What did I do to obstruct? What did I do to obstruct? Explain to me what I did
Stop
to
it.
obstruct. Explain
You're
to me
not
what I
listening
did.
to my commands. I asked
Your
for your
commands? I asked to see 71 kilometers an
And
hour.
I said
on your-
no.
Why?
Because I said
Why?
driver's license registration for you.
You're a fucking asshole.
You can have your opinion on
Yeah, I got my opinion about
Okay,
you,
that's
jackass. You want to play that fucking game, you fucking moron? Open my door for nothing?
You reach
You
for that,
opened
you're gonna
my
get
door
yourself
for
in
nothing.
trouble. You're
Really?
gonna get yourself-
Really?
Yeah.
How? You don't have authority to fucking
Yes, I
pull
do.
me out of your car, you fucking jackass.
Okay? You're
Check up the law, you fucking
You
moron.
start acting like that, you get yourself.
You're a moron. I don't like dealing with morons,
Yeah, I
and
don't
you're
like
a
this.
fucking moron.
Okay, registration. Let's go. That's a good way to get yourself shot.
Yeah,
Reaching on your...
You asked me for my...
Here's a bad idea, folks. How about a cop ask a person for their ID, which is usually in the wallet, and the wallet, well, that's usually carried in the back pocket. Then after you ask for ID and they reach for it, fear for your life and pull your service weapon. I wonder how many people have actually died this way and how many more will die by coward cops or serial killer cops. When you can get away with it, why not do it more than once?
fucking license and I got it. You fucking moron.
Cops always want to turn presumed authority into unbridled power. Sit on the curb, put your hands on the steering wheel, get out of the car, get back in your car. All of that for officer safety. The truth is, all of this is actually officer cowardice. No and ifs or buts about it. And then you sprinkle in some, I just want to go home at the end of the day verbiage. And the truth comes to light. I think it's time we realize that complying to unlawful demands only empowers tyrants. Nobody likes to get their money taken from them, especially by threat of arrest or violence. This man is sounding off for the rest of the world who's had their money or lives taken by road pirates, all those unsolved crimes out there, and this is what cops do to justify having a job.
What a jackass. Here's my insurance.
I didn't ask for insurance, I asked for registration.
There's like an insurance jack off. You don't like it, eh? Free speech, eh? Sucks, eh? You'd love everything if you can.
Sir, reach around, hands on the steering wheel right now.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Some channels won't post good interactions they have with police because they usually don't go viral. I guess that's the time that you make the decision to only do this for clicks and views. I've always shown the good and the bad to legitimize the transparency word in my channel name. How else are cops going to learn how to treat the people? In the academies?
I haven't done anything illegal or a crime. You're not treating me like a fucking criminal jackpot.
I treat you with respect when I pull.
No, you didn't. You wouldn't show me the proof.
That has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, it does.
You can have that back.
Fuck off. Just creating revenue for a town. I didn't even could speed, you jackass. I wasn't speeding. I reached for my wallet. This guy's a dickhead. No, I asked. I said, can you show me? There's one car behind me and one car in front of me. We were all going the same speed down the hill, and he picks me out.
I can't speak for him.
No, this guy's a jackass. And then he asked me for my license. I reached for my wallet, and he reached
your hands on the steering wheel.
Fuck off.
You're going to be charged.
You have a relationship with me. This guy's a fucking prick.
I don't know you from that.
Yeah, you know me from fucking Churro Mall. I put you on Churro. I put you on YouTube. This guy's a fucking, he's pushy. You know me. He's pushy. He's got a fucking attitude.
I know you now. Okay. So there's a process, right?
Yeah. I asked him just to show me the gun. No.
So obviously you did.
So then he's like, oh, I'm going to pull you out of your car. I said, I fucking dare you. He had no reason. I'm not a criminal no more. And he's talking to me like I'm some kind of jack criminal because I got a leather jacket.
You're not a criminal.
Hey, listen, I'm fucking telling you. If he had to pull me out of my car to defend myself right there, he had no fucking legal justification for his actions.
No, you're not a criminal at all. You were stopped for speed.
Jack thinking he's going to get fucking... He asked me for my fucking license. I reach, and he's like, oh,
I know.
Yeah, fucking Jack trying to escalate the situation.
So... What's your first name again?
Jason.
So Jason, obviously you disagree that you were speeding.
Yeah, I disagree totally.
Absolutely. So
there was one car in front of me, one car behind me. We're all going the same speed.
That's why there's a process of court, right? Just because we're here, or just because...
I just asked him to show me the gun. He's like, no, I don't have to show it to you. Okay. Like with attitude. And I got everything recorded, the whole fucking stuff.
Even better. Even perfect. Is it recording now?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm going to pull you out of your car. Yeah, I dare you. I'll defend myself. He has no legal justification or authority to pull me out of my car. He could go fuck himself.
Where'd you get this truck? It's a nice truck.
Thank you. My company bought it.
Oh, no, okay, yeah.
That I own.
Okay. So I
generate taxes for fucking Nova Scotia, for Christ's sake. And I'm a law-abiding citizen. He's talking to me like some criminal. You can go fuck himself, Jack.
No, nobody's saying you're a criminal. Well, I'm not saying you're a criminal.
And there it is. He's now taking pride in and leaning on his status as a supposed tax-paying citizen, wondering why they're wanting to fulfill those contracts that he and others keep taking out on himself. I'm generating taxes for a state of, for a corporation. Yeah. And you called yourself an agent and a trustee. So we're going to enforce policy and code on you, especially when you're dressed arguably like a criminal. It's so funny. Like, I'm in a leather jacket, black t-shirt with 2 chains on and dark glasses. You look like central casting anyone who comes out of a back alley who could potentially do armed robbery. You think people don't make judgments all day, every day? So, like, when people come up to me, the way I look and how big I am, and oftentimes what I'm wearing, I attempt to be more respectful, right? I could be unwavering in the truth and upholding the law and exercising rights and not start invoking, I'm going to defend myself and this, that, and reaching down or whatever. What is he? I'm not saying any of this should even be happening, but it is. So what do you expect him to do when you're literally saying at the same time you're reaching down on your right hip, I'll defend myself? What's he supposed to think? Paul Enslaved is now being the apologist once again on some level for policy enforcement. You just called yourself a citizen slave. You just said you're a taxpayer. That means they got to enforce contracts on you by your own contracting process. I don't give a fuck about you at that point. You're another citizen slave, kept pet, piece of property for the province. You're child and ward of the state. So you will not talk back to that guy on the side of the road. You will not get uppity with him. You think that he's worried about you defending yourself? He's got 5 guys coming, like the restaurant chain. He's got 5 guys with burgers and franks coming for you. Right after this, they're going to hit you with taser. They're going to give you the lettuce, the tomato, all the extras. Why are we going there? And then I'm sorry, San Joaquin, but I'm not sorry. You all like to get around and encourage this shit. Oh, maybe if everybody was uppity more and say they'll defend themselves and get violent or get physical with the cops, this is all going to stop. No, it ain't. You're going to start gunning even more people down in the street. You're going to start doing civil war, dummy. And I say dummy with the utmost respect. I kind of like San Joaquin. He's featured me in the past. He's never really had anything negative to say, as if I ever need someone to say something negative to go with them. But like, I appreciate the sentiment to some degree. Okay, let's stand on our rights. Let's uphold the law. Let's exercise freedom. Let's not comply with the code and policy. Your buddy there just said he's a ward of the province and the state. He's a taxpayer. He's a generator. He's a trustee, an agent. And I'm supposed to feel some kind of way when the other agents who are patrolling other agents come up and go, we know you're this. We believe you're this. This is what we need you to do. We're going to enforce policy and code on you. Have you ever seen me get uppity? You ever see me curse the cops out? You ever see me do any of that? No, because I'm crazy, but I'm not stupid. And if I wanted to die, I would just take myself out. Why would I do suicide by cop? It's not going to prove none. Right? So let's get really real with ourselves and each other. As far as you're feeding back, Cameron. Yeah, let's get really real with ourselves and each other as far as what's going on here in contract, how this is all working, and what we actually need to be doing versus what people like us to do. You know, they'd love to see Paulie Boy out there traveling without license and plates and insurance and start bucking up to the cops and talking like he's got big balls like that. Bro, you need enough big balls, they tell me, just to go to court and stand on some. You better stop trying to do court on the side of the road. You know, there was that. See, this is the problem, is that one guy out in the middle of Arizona somewhere told them cops, if you try to reach in this car, I'm going to pull a gun on you. We're going to have a gunfight on the side of the road. And everyone said, yeah, that's our wannabe daddy. That's our stepdaddy up there, right? My daddy will beat up your daddy. No, he won't. He's going to get gunned the fuck down. His family's going to have to deal with that. And he's going to be made an example out of how we're all a bunch of terroristic, dumb sovereign citizens who are getting people killed on the side of the road. Dummies. If you want to go to war, then go to war. I don't think you got it in you. So let's just cut out the fake ass little boy ego bullshit, because it ain't going nowhere. You know what's going to change this shit? What me and this guy are doing. And I don't even know what he does. I'm just going on what he says and what it seems to be. Like all these folks here in this realm, you find out long game. So we're long gaming it. But so far, what I hear from him and what I see is he's attempting to try to uphold the law, exercise rights, not comply with with unreasonable statute, policy, and code in favor of the law of the land, and come up with a process for effectuating that. That's what you fucking loser failure wannabe big boy pants on folks need to do. Is learn your fucking rights and wrongs, learn what's true and what's right, and become a leader instead of another follower, little boy wannabe. Because you ain't that tough, you ain't that big and that bad, and when they put your bitch ass in the box, half you go to ratting and crying and all the rest of it. You can't stand on nothing. And when they go to tasing you and beating on you and putting holes in you, start crying. Paul and Slave told me to. That's just in between them hollering like little girls. They start yelling out who told them to do it, right? So I don't tell you to do that. I tell you exactly what it is or what it seems to be to me. Do what's true and what's right. Be a fucking leader. Communicate effectively. Have some fucking self-respect and some self-confidence. Understand you're there to lead them. And if not, you can't do court on the side of the road. And if you got the license and call yourself a tax-paying citizen, shut the fuck up, bend over, and spread them. Because I'm tired of you bitch-ass motherfuckers voting for masters and paying for this machine to roll on and not doing what's true and what's right, and then thinking the rest of us are going to cheer you on because you got uppity on the side of the road and play stupid games and win stupid prizes. And then as you're bleeding out, say, Paul and Slade told me to do this. Cameron, your thoughts?
I mean, it makes for a good drama series.
Right.
There's really nothing that's going to happen from it.
Right. That's the point. You guys want to feed into, I'm not trying to be mean to Stan Joaquin and others. You guys want to feed into the back and forth drama, gossip, bullshit like they do on all these panels. Just like Brian from High Impact, just like Chile de Slavo. I'm tired of it, man. Just bring the damn solution. We already brought it. It's already there. It's tangible. It's right on the tip of our tongue. What are we doing? You want to feed into this crap?
But that's why I need you.
I'm here, bro. Okay, you want me to come over? I told you when I'm feeling better, man. I'm going to wind up over there.
I need you, bro. I really need you to that point, bro. I'm not. Listen, can I tell you something that's not to brag?
Well, why didn't you didn't call me on Valentine's Day and say, will you be my Valentine?
I was in trouble with my girl. Okay.
You need what I'm doing just like I need what you're doing. And because we're doing it individually, whether we're doing it together or not, it's part of the movement, right?
Okay, yeah.
But I told you, man, I'm gonna come over there at some point. You know, I'm barely able to do a broadcast at this point.
Stop. You're saying some point. It needs to be like now, bro. Listen to me. I'm kind of like begging you in a sense, but I'm not. Like it really is. Listen, I'm gonna put you in a perspective. I'm number 58 right now on YouTube in the United States, ranked. That's what's going on. Over this weekend, one of my damn reels, bro, went over 3 million, bro. Okay, it's been not even 7 days. I really need your help, bro. It's getting beyond me. This is becoming what I told you it was going to become back when I told you what it was going to become.
Okay, so what are you asking me for exactly? You want me to like?
I need you. Just you as you are. Okay.
Just me. Take me as I am.
Yes. And we can talk more about this, you know, maybe on a back end as far as what I kind of see things as far as your help, but bro,
I hope you got deep pockets, man. The enslaved one doesn't come cheap.
Hey, check. You can I can bring you right into my consulting donation fee.
All right. Beyond that, the point is, the point is I really don't want any more obligations and responsibilities other than what I have, and the ones I do want are what I need in the sense of I'd like to work on the land more. I'd like to even get a part-time job. Doing this shit, yakking constantly, like, you know, I must be a girly man, like Karl Lentz says. It's like, especially with this pancreas and all the rest of it, I don't even want to do this much talking that I did today, but I do it because something in me, right, draws me to share and to be a part of the experience.
Well, can I give you a part-time job?
I guess. It's more talking, more ranting and rambling, and I guess it's what I'm built for. I'm not like Superman who doesn't want to put the costume on anymore. I just want to go back to being mild-mannered Clark Kent.
Well,
for a while, for a little bit, till it gets boring.
Well, you shared this video that you just went through, and there's nothing that gets better in that video at all. It's just more screaming. He gets out, he starts yelling. There's nothing beneficial from it. You can continue to play it if you want, but there's no benefit to your people from it. So, because I watched it. But what I will say, I watched it while I was listening to it while I was walking around Walmart doing some shopping. So What I will say is there is one on my channel that is recent that I think is going to be the most beneficial to everybody. It's this guy called, his name is Scott Stackle. He is a member in our Operation Wise Dome. He just got pulled over, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, and this is that video. So not even 2 weeks ago. He utilized the Eddie Craig script on my channel. It is a video, not a live. It's titled No ID, No Registration, whatever. So if you want to play it for your people, but it's in the videos. It's not alive. It's within the past week, I would think.
All right, let me see here.
That is the way to do it, bro.
Dude, for number 53 on YouTube, I can't even find you here. The first 20 results. What's that about? Oh, no, you're power inherent in the people.
Yes, sir. Power inherent in the people. Yes, sir.
Oh, that's a lot of.
You're down in Arizona?
I'm on Arizona.
Okay. Are you close to Sedona?
Relatively.
I'm coming down.
Okay.
Are you gonna let me come stay with you?
Come stay with me, man. I live like a fucking hillbilly in a trailer with solar power and.
Okay, I can bring a tent. I'm very humble. I don't think you realize that. I give no shits, bro.
All right, you're coming on too strong, man. You should know me by now. I got trust issues. I got trust issues, all right? Help me out.
I'm not going to go into this. We'll have to talk later back in.
Wine me and dine me first.
Okay, baby.
Before I got to put you up.
All right.
Where are you at, man? Power inherent in the people. You shadow banned or are you lying about 58? Come on, bro. Don't lie. Oh, there it is. It was the first one. See? I don't know what I'm doing.
I'll show you.
I act like I do.
Yeah, no, I'm doing this right now. It's kind of wild.
Crowbar in Sedona?
Nope, not that one. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I need to come down though. But no, go down one more video. It should be just no ID again.
In the videos, huh?
Mm-hmm. It should be the next one.
No license, no ID, no reg?
Yes, that's the one. There ain't no video better. I got good ones. We both got good ones, but this one went really good, Papa. Okay, skip it a little bit.
It's power inherent in the people.
Go about 2 minutes in.
Want to answer questions?
Yep. There you go. Right there. Yep. I'm a mute.
County.
Hi, sir. I'm Sergeant Hogue. The reason for the stop was a bit of speed back there. It's a 40 zone coming down from 176. We're doing a speed emphasis on Canyon Road. I did 54, and so that's 14 over. And it looks like your license tabs may have expired like almost.
Liberty Mutual is all she talks about.
I'm on the wrong fucking account, man. Not on my premium. You guys got ads and shit.
Did you get 3 months free too?
No, I pay for this shit.
Oh.
Are you relatively certain that your recording equipment is functioning properly for the purpose of making this recording?
I still can't hear you through the window.
Are you relatively certain that your recording equipment is functioning properly for the purposes of making this recording?
Yes.
Is your body microphone camera, if any, turned on and functioning properly to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Officer Hogue, badge number 130.
Yes.
What is the emergency and how can I help you?
Okay. The reason I stopped you is for speeding 54 in a 40-mile-an-hour zone with expired vehicle license plates.
Officer Hogue, badge number 130. What facts or information are you alleging gave you probable cause to stop?
Okay, we're not going to go to trial here, sir. I need your license. You need to identify yourself with the license, registration, and proof of insurance.
I'm building a record for the court.
Okay, I'm asking for your license, registration, and proof of insurance.
What facts or information?
I'm going to ask you one more time, and then we're going to get out of the car.
Well, I'm not getting out of the car.
Okay, well, if I place you under arrest.
Tell him. You tell him like it is. You ain't getting out of the car. You sure right. I'm not getting out of the car. You're not going to tell me I got to get up. You ain't going to make me get out of the car. There's nothing you can do. There ain't no crime. You're going to have to stop that. Look at him trying to get violent already. This dude already trying to get violent a little bit. Watch, listen.
Car.
Okay, well, if I place you under arrest, you will be.
You can't arrest me if there's no crime.
If you refuse to provide your license, I can't.
Failure.
Listen to him. He's trying to convince himself. The cop trying to convince himself. I can.
Identify is not a crime. There has to be a crime committed first.
Washington. You're driving an automobile on a public roadway.
I'm not driving.
Oh, you're driving an automobile. He didn't even say motor vehicle, y'all.
Into that.
We're not going to do this constitutional thing right now.
We're not going to do this constitutional thing right now. What do you mean, bro? Okay. Didn't you take an oath to uphold the Constitution?
It's not a constitutional thing.
Finally, can I get a second unit? I've got enough cooperate.
I'm cooperating perfectly.
Very much so.
Are you refusing to identify yourself?
We haven't got to that yet.
Are you refusing to identify yourself?
I haven't got to that yet. I'll identify myself. I'll give you my name.
Okay.
That's all I'm required to do in the state of Washington.
Look, he knows it too. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him smacking those lips. You see the cop smacking his lips? He knew it too. He's like, dang, man, he right about that one. He right about that one. This the old smack of the lips.
Do you have liability insurance for your vehicle?
Officer Hogue, badge number 130. Do you have a properly signed and issued warrant authorizing you to search me or my property?
Don't need a warrant at this point. I'm not searching your property.
Officer Hogue, badge number 130. Do you have a properly signed or issued warrant authorizing you to search, or do you currently have an alleged warrant in your? Oh, okay. Officer Hogue, badge number 130. Do you have a properly signed and issued warrant of arrest that accurately describes or names me as a person to be arrested?
Okay, what's your last name, sir?
Stackle.
What's that?
Stackle.
You see how they get to not telling people they're not going to pull him out the car no more? Didn't you hear this cop just earlier say, I'm going to pull you up out the car? He got real hostile. And you see these questions that Homeboy's asking. You see how they recognize the questions being asked? Homeboy said, I'm building a record for the court. You see how once you start asking certain questions, these people like, we're just going to get his name and give him a ticket, if anything, get him up out of here. We can deal with him in court. We're not going to pull this guy up out. This is not, we don't want to do this.
Stackle.
Stackle?
Yes.
Your first name, sir?
Scott.
What's that?
Scott.
Scott. The middle initial?
O.
O and the date of birth.
Don't need to give you that.
You're driving a vehicle. You need.
I'm not driving it. We haven't got to that.
Do you have a driver's license?
For the record, I am not in any act of transportation or commerce.
You hear him? You got to rebut that shit. Hey, man, this is a perfect segue. Skip this part. It's an ad, bro. Perfect segue. For real, for real. Hey, if you're having any issues whatsoever, you can come right over here to buy.
This guy's doing ads now. Look, he's gone full Hollywood. He wants to bring me over there now to do this. He wants me doing the ad. Hi, guys.
No, I don't. Shut up. If you don't shut the fuck up.
Hold on. I'm doing the. Hi, guys. It's Paul Enslaved. Come on over to bio.site/CJW again, all right? And then Paul Enslaved sent you. Put in Paul Enslaved at the checkout and get 15 to 20% off today.
Actually, I will honor that. I will honor that.
I'll honor that.
Homeboy did great. Perfect. Fabulous. Outstanding. Yeah, you're recording, Papa. You did great. Don't trip out. This is where it gets good right here. Watch this. Go on about your way. Perfect.
How are you?
I'm exceptional. How are you?
I'm doing great too. What do you got there?
This guy.
Traffic script.
Can I see it?
No.
Who is this Blippy that done showed up on the scene?
Yeah.
But just for a second, just for the record, I want to see how look how Homeboy's popping up on the scene though. That's a little sus, bro.
How are you?
I'm exceptional. How are you?
I'm doing great too. What do you got there?
My traffic script.
Can I see it?
No.
Oh, Blippy ass dude.
You can see it from here.
Well, yeah, no, just like that. All right,
yeah. We got prepared. You like it, huh?
Huh?
Are you reading through it?
I am. It's interesting.
You show right. It's interesting.
Yep.
Batch number?
516.
516. Gates 516.
Yeah.
What portion are we at with that?
Start over if you want.
Well, I'm just saying, like, how far did you get with him?
I got to number 5, and then he threatened to arrest me for.
Okay.
And I'm like, you can't arrest me for no crime, and failure to ID is not a crime. And I did give him my name, and
It sure is.
Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Either he believes it or he's trying to intimidate someone to believe it. Okay? Either he believes it. Look, we'll see. And this is the sheriff. You see it? It's the sheriff now.
it's not failure to ID. Failure is only an ID. It was only a crime if you've been charged with another offense first.
Well, no, if you're lawfully on a traffic stop.
It's not.
Absolutely.
No, seriously, look into it. I'm not going to go through school on the side of the road, but
Straight up. Tell him.
We're in a parking lot, so I got all the time in the world.
I would have told him, well, I don't have all the time in the world, unfortunately.
So do I.
Hey, we're at his will,
So
man.
I made it clear to him that, for the record, I am not operating in hire capacity by engaging in any form of transportation or other commercial use of the highways.
Sure. Well, I don't think anyone alleged that you're a commercial vehicle.
Am I under custodial arrest?
Sure you're not.
Sure you're not?
Am I free to go?
He said, sure you're not. I'm just going to keep going.
No, absolutely not.
Well, then I have to assume I'm under custodial arrest if I'm not free
You're
to go.
absolutely being detained.
Detention is a custodial arrest in the state of Washington because I can't go about my business.
Are you sure, though?
I'm positive.
So explain how that works, because a detainment and a custodial arrest are different things.
A custodial arrest, if you're being detained and you can't leave, that's a custodial arrest.
No one said you're under arrest, though, but you're being detained.
I might not be under arrest, but I'm under custodial arrest.
No. How would that? If you're not under arrest, how are you under custodial?
Yeah, I'm not here to argue, dude. I'm just here to be free and be left alone.
I love that, man. I love that. I'm having a good time. I'm not trying to give you a hard time.
Okay. Well, am I dealing with you now?
Huh?
Am I dealing with you now?
Well, we're just waiting on him. If you don't want to chat to me, I guess you don't have to. But I'm happy.
Officer Gates, what is the articulable probable cause that leads you to believe that I have?
I don't know. What did he say he stopped you for?
He said he stopped me for speeding.
Speeding? Well, then there it is.
Speeding's not a crime; it's civil.
It's a traffic infraction, though. Would you not agree that law enforcement officers?
So that's your reasonable articulable suspicion is speeding.
So, sorry. What's the question there?
Yeah, come on. Okay, I'm gonna give you an opportunity to listen and answer.
This suspicion for stopping me is speeding.
Well, it's not even reasonable suspicion. That's just what he stopped you for.
For the record, Gates.
Yes, sir.
Badge number
516.
516. In order to protect my rights and not waive any by error or accident, I wish to clarify my legal understanding of this situation.
Okay.
You said that I am not free to go.
Yep.
So I must conclude that I am under custodial arrest and not simply an investigative detention. Therefore, I'm invoking all of my fundamentally protected rights, including my right to remain silent and my right to assistance of counsel.
Sure.
From this point forward, I do not consent to providing you with any information or documents that could or will be used against me in a court of law or to possibly incriminate me. So please do not ask me to produce anything and give it to you.
Absolutely.
From this point forward, please do not ask me to answer any questions or perform any tests relating to any matter whatsoever without my attorney present. Officer Gates, badge 5.
Look, he didn't want to
harm, injure, or punish me by any method of assault, arrest, or incarceration because I invoke these fundamentally protected rights.
Absolutely not.
What a boss! Yo, he did it! Congratulations, Sheriff. Congratulations, Sheriff. You're going to make it up there. You're going to be a sheriff one of these days, Deputy. You sure might make it up to sheriff status. You keep acting that way around those parts.
I think you're swell. Oh, there's a backside?
Oh, there's lots more, yeah.
I can't wait.
For the record, Officer Gates, badge number 516, no law is valid if it requires me in any way to waive any fundamentally protected right in order to exercise any right or alleged privilege. And no law can convert the free exercise of any right into a crime. I have repeatedly informed you I choose not to waive any of my fundamentally protected rights. So I ask you again, Officer Gates, 516, badge number, do you intend to harm, injure, steal my property, or otherwise punish me for invoking my fundamentally protected rights?
Hey, Cameron, go ahead and give the people a final word. I'm going to wrap up, and then we'll do I'll do part 2 tomorrow. We'll continue with it because I'm hurting, man. I didn't even want to come on and talk today. I need to be resting and restreaming, but I feed into it, right? But it seems to aggravate whatever I got going on. So
okay.
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay. Final words are just keep standing on it. Don't talk about it, be about it. And the more that you be about it, you'll see the powers that be. Really, that's just mentally upon us. It really isn't even about control. It's just a mental thing. We're allowing some kind of mental thing to be projected upon us, and then we accept it. And that's not reality. Reality is that you are a creation of the Creator, just like I am you, and we are us, and we are all part of the great I am. You need to rectify and understand that. Feel better, my brother. We'll talk soon, okay?
Thank you, sir. All right, folks. Thank you for being here. I'm back tomorrow, somewhere between 12 and 5 MDT. I may continue with the part 2 of that video. And then I'll probably I need to be resting more and play in the background. Letting my kind of my pancreas and whatever sort of heal and recuperate, because it's been fucked up. I can feel it. But yeah, relatively to what it was before, doing better, feeling better. I have faith that things will turn around more if I just do what I need to do. So say goodnight to the bad guy. He's demanding I feel better. Well, there you go. I guess Paul undecastrated on the way out. See this kind of yelling and screaming and vitriol to kind of break down the false self of these other quote unquote slaves, as I've called them, probably doesn't help. But hey, it's entertaining. They like that. The people like that. The people want to see blood. I'm out of here.
This little rant you're doing is going to be really good for your content, bro.
Thank you. It is going to be great content. I'm putting you on record. I didn't come in this to be a Greco-Roman wrestler. That's one thing you brought up. I didn't come in this for the numbers and the money. You brought that up. I didn't come in this to do sit-ups and pull-ups and dips. I came into this for rights, freedom, principles, and spiritual faith. And I'm doing that and getting results. You say you're in this for that, and you're not. You got horrible results, and you're a cop. There's nothing before or after that. You're not a law scholar. You're not a legal scholar. You're a fucking coward and an embarrassment. You're grifting, selling fake products that don't work, because if they work, you'd use them at your court case, and you didn't because they don't. And that's all I'm talking about. Whether you're in better shape than me, can beat me up, have more money and numbers, has nothing to do with credibility and true power and value. So now that you understand the difference, little boy, I'm going to let you go. Daddy loves you. Daddy loves him. Okay? See how they are? Mr. Man of the people who's so loving and caring. Soon as you get him in private, I got more money than you. I got more numbers. I'm a wrestler. I'll beat you up. Then it's, I love you. I'm your friend. I'll give you a hug on the street. How about just sticking on how you call yourself a law scholar, sell products that don't work, present an image that's not authentically you to your audience, you can get more money and numbers and hold it over other people's head, and then try to lean into how you gave me a platform. You, Brian and David, claim to be patriots, claim to be lawful, upholding the law, claim to be about rights and freedoms. By bringing me on, you gave your audience what you can't give them with all three of you in the room. You didn't do a favor for me. You did your audience a favor. You finally gave them access to look at and listen to a man who honors himself and the land and the truth and walks the shit he talks, unlike all three of you. See how that works? How about you come on panel and stop being a bitch?
I'm not your content, bro.
You are the content.
God damn it.
What do you mean you're not the content? You're the content right now.
Great, because you called me up and ambushed me like a punk.
I called you 3 or 4 times so far, and the last time we talked, you, like Brian, make plans and don't stand on it.
You call yourself the white gorilla. You should call yourself the white chumpzilla.
I'm not a chump. That's you. You cried at court and bitched up. I got another dismissal 3 months ago with gun charges, and now I'm suing him with a handwritten claim. You ain't no legal lawful scholar. You're a fraud and a bitch. And I'll meet up with you and tell you to your face you're a fraud and a bitch. I ain't the chump. That's you. Why don't you go beg your audience to buy another 1,000 trifolds so you can waste another 200,000, ask another man to talk for you at court, law scholar.
Do the math on 200 trifolds, bro. Yeah, Playboy, do the math on 200 trifolds. Do it. I got an idea, Paul. Make a trifold selling the idea not to use a driver's license.
I got an idea. Stop being a bitch and destroying your legacy with all the real ones when you could have been a leader and an asset, but you cocked the fuck up. You're not a leader. You're the blind leading the blind. You're the coward leading the cowards.
Why is it, do you think, that I have the following that I have?
I already answered that. Why is it? Let me put it to you like this, decastrated. You're not going to tell me the reason. You're imposing your own reason. Why does Bill Gates have more of a following than me? Why does Donnie Trump have more of a following than me? Why does Anthony Fauci have more of a following than me? For the same reason you do. Dummy.
Following anymore, Paul, because you beat people up and you're horrible person.
No, it's because I call you beta males out and hold you accountable and responsible, and you run from that everywhere in your life. And I get to play the bad guy. But stand on truth and what's right. I love it.
You want to run a mile?
I love it.
If you want to do pull-ups, I can dominate.
Pull-ups? Wait a second. Now you're going to pull-ups? First you went to money. Now you're going to pull-ups. How about doing what we both said that we do? How about, now here you go. Now you want to make physical threats about you being a wrestler. How about we stick to, hey, insecure bitch-ass motherfucker. I know you could hold me down, but just like you were crying at court, right? How about decastrated, right? It's great content. Show who and what you really are. I love it. Now you're threatening me with physical harm. So how about we stand on, I know you could dominate me, but guess what? Any challenge I name, how about go to court and not submit all your rights and cuck up and cry and be a bitch? Oops.
I gotta get 7 figures for what they did to me.
7 figures. And you're going to hire another man to do it for you, law scholar. Any competition you want. You already lost the main competition. Standing on rights and freedom and litigating at court. You failed beyond belief. You didn't dominate me or anyone else. You got dominated and slaved the fuck up, and you cucked up and cried. And you called your mama Brian every day you were back there to cry about how you didn't have your comforts. You're the biggest bitch ever. Who are you kidding? You're going to wrestle me and beat me up. I'm done with you, DeCastro. Get on the panel right now or you're a bitch. Next time I come over there, you let me up or you're a bitch. You ain't going to sit here and take this through. You're boring me. You already destroyed your legacy. You already showed who and what you are. Your numbers are 1/10 of what they used to be. So keep crying about how much money and numbers you got. You were real desperate behind the wall to get green dots. You can't be doing too good. I wasn't crying online last couple times I went to jail for green dots to get out. You're a fascist statist collectivist traitor. You cite other men's works for where you get your understanding of God and the law. You're a fascist statist. You ain't an American. You ain't our countryman.
I didn't like try to raise you up.
I didn't. Well, there you go again. Because you gave me a platform to talk the real shit that I'm doing that you're not doing. You did something for me? No, you gave your audience what you should be giving them that you can't give them.
God damn it, Paul.
I'm sorry, you're such an effeminate bitch who has no passion or truth in you.
I get it. You have people on your panel and then you cut them down.
No, I expose them for who and what they are. There's a difference. See, you're a victim now. I'm bullying you while you just said you're going to beat me up. I'm bullying you now with the truth by exposing you for who and what you are, and I'm cutting you down, right? You're a victim? No, I'm talking about who and what you are and the record and the facts.
You're not capable of bullying me, bro.
I don't need to bully you. Ann Zimmerman bullied your bitch ass at court. You were crying and begging for forgiveness.
Think about this, man. This is great content for you, dude.
I know it is. It's great content.
You're so welcome, bro.
Oh, thank you, bro. You finally answered the phone and stopped being a complete bitch and answered for who and what you are.
My nuts. I can see you right now. My nuts down there. I see your little white.
Your nuts are so small. Your nuts are so small with what you showed at court. No one can ride on them.
Take a bong rip, bro.
Take a bong rip, bro.
Let yourself go, bro.
Yeah.
Let yourself go.
Why don't you suck on this pipe like you want to do, like you were excited to do at jail, bending over for everybody?
I don't smoke dope, dude. The reason why I don't smoke.
No, not that pipe. The pipe you want to put in your mouth with them red glasses, Fruity.
You can't treat him like any of the other niggas around here because he ain't like any of the other niggas around here. You got it?